Come on, I murder people for fun. Murder on a bomber class for fun.
Peace signs in the air for sun. Yo, it's your boy Onslaught Tree, back with another episode of 16 Bars for you. You know how we always start each and every episode, yo. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, go on down, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notifications to get notified whenever we upload new content. 2020 is almost over, yo. It's kind of bittersweet. It's kind of bittersweet, but we had a bunch of amazing rap albums that came out for 2020, yo. A lot of amazing artists, a lot of amazing new artists, and a lot of amazing old school artists dropped some heavy content this year, man. So, yo, we're going to give y'all our top 3 best rap albums of 2020, all right? You already heard that little intro right there, so you already know where we're going with number 3, yo. Number 3 is that boy Nas Escobar, King's Disease. Let's go. Woo! King's Disease, yo. Listen, that boy Nas has been dropping music for a long time, man. And we just came off of the Nasir album that was, I think, a little bit lukewarm. But yo, King's Disease really did it this year. Nas, he flipped the switch. He's back. We got 13 tracks on this album, and we're going to go through a couple of them, give you some bars off of these albums. This is the top 3 rap album of 2020, yo, Nas Escobar. We're going to start with the track called Blue Benz. There's a verse on Blue Benz. This is verse 1 off of Blue Benz. So Nas goes, yo, I used to be in the tunnel 20 deep in a huddle. Razors on us that'll make your skin bubble. Moet be guzzle. Oof. Razors on you that'll make your skin bubble. If you never got cut by a razor, you can bring that back, yo. I used to be in the tunnel 20 deep in a huddle. Razors on us that'll make your skin bubble. Moet be guzzle. Chris Lighty let me in a few times with 9s. That's on God. Wish you would have walked by and bumped me hard or just looked at me wrong. My chain on. Try to book me, you gone. Woo! Word play. Ooh! Let me bring that little piece back. He said, Chris Lighty let me in a few times with 9s. That's on God. Wish you would have walked by and bumped me hard or just looked at me wrong. My chain on. To book me, you gone. Goons, Italian leathers, couple bottles of Dom. Ooh! Listen, man. Nas went through a change midway through his career. I would say somewhere around Street's Disciple, where he transformed into his grown man Nas. And on this album, he's on his grown man Nas in this album, man. So that song is called Blue Benz. And like I said, Nas has been around for a long time. Nas has been around since 1994 when his first album dropped. And this is his 12th studio album. So, I mean, he was around before that. He was doing stuff before the album dropped. But Illmatic, his first studio album, dropped in 1994. And it's been 26 years of amazing music from Nas since then. So we're going to move on, man. We're going to move into the next track on this album. This one is called Ultra Black. Let's go. Nas. We going. Listen, let me give you a verse off of Ultra Black, yo. He says, oh yes, God bless success. Shout out to Success, man. Shout out to one of our viewers, Diamond Onyx. On one of our previous streams, she mentioned something that was very important to remember, that the party recently that happened, and Nas was there, Puff Daddy was there, Mary J. Blige and the other celebrities was there. It's so good to see some of these artists from back in the 90s. You know, I know Busta Rhymes still doing his thing too, Jay. But it's so good to see some of these old school artists celebrating success this far into their careers. So shout out to Diamond Onyx for saying that. That was a very important piece of information for us to always look at, man. Whenever I see the success stories of these artists, I just feel so happy inside, man. But let me bring that back for y'all. Nas goes. This is Ultra Black, track number 4. Oh yes, God bless success. We go in ultra black, like the Essence Fest. Talk with a mask on, the freshest breath. African black soap caress the flesh. Ooh. That wordplay is crazy. I gotta bring that back. That wordplay is crazy. Oh yes, God bless success. We go in ultra black, like the Essence Fest. Talk with a mask on, the freshest breath. African black soap caress the flesh. Superfly the max, sit and fly in the lack. Take the boat on the water. History talks with my daughter. Barz. My son will be my resurrection. I gotta bring that little piece back. Take the boat on the water. History talks with my daughter. My son will be my resurrection. Constantly learning lessons. I never die. You get the message. I hope you be better than I. Life's precious. Two-stepping. Sometimes in over black. Even my clothes are black. Cash money with the white tees and the soldier rags. Oh man. Woo! That ball right there. If you remember when Cash Money was really running thing, when Cash Money came out and them boys was really doing it. If you remember them white tees they had, white tees was down to the knees and they had the soldier. Nas, man. Shout out to Nas, man. Listen, like I said before, this album, Nas is really going into his grown man shit, yo. And this album reminds me a little bit of Street's Disciple, because that's when, I mean, God's Son had some stuff in there, but I believe, in my opinion, Street's Disciple is when Nas really started growing into his grown man music. And I love the name drops on this Ultra Black song. You know, Michael Black. Wait, what's the other verse? The other piece of that verse, he says, we go in ultra black, unapologetically black, the opposite of Doja Cat. Michael Blackson black, and we all know the old Michael Blackson jokes. Black is Michael Blackson. So I love the name drops in that song, man. That's one of my favorite songs off of the album. We're gonna move into track number 9. Track number 9 is called The Definition, and one of the things about this track is it has a really good old school feel to this track, and I guess it's because he had Brucey B doing the intro on this one. So shout out to Hit Boy, man. When I first started listening to this album, I'm not a big Hit Boy fan. I'm not but after more and more listens, the album grew on me. And again, I'm one of those Nas fans that I always want the hardcore Nas. I love the grown man Nas, but I'm always looking for the hardcore Nas. And Hit Boy brought different beats to this album. So there's different ways Hit Boy goes in this album, which at first puzzled me, but the more I listened to the album, I got to appreciate Hit Boy's production on this album. So this is The Definition. Let's go.
Here we go. Yo, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Traffickers, African, Latin, wiretapping.
Yo, let's move on, man. We're going to move into the next song on the album. This song surprised the hell out of me, because if you know the history of The Firm and what Nas was attempting to do with putting The Firm together. Listen, I still get nightmares whenever I listen to the Firm album of what the Firm could have been. You had Nas, you had AZ, you had Cormega and Foxy Brown. You had 3 of the illest spitters and one of the illest female spitters in that time, all on one group. Man, every time I listen to that album, it just makes me so mad that the Firm never materialized in what it should have been. And this is track number 10. This track is called Full Circle. And like the track says, it's a full circle. They all got back together and got back on this track. And this track is one of the highlights of the album. This is one of the best tracks on the album, because you get some amazing verses from all four of the members. But I'm going to give you two of the verses, two of my favorite verses. I'm going to give you. This track is called Full Circle. This is the AZ verse. So AZ goes, and AZ's wordplay is, AZ goes, dialogue superb, flyest cars on the curb. Word when I evolve, a higher God emerge, reserved, more subtle, come from the streets and the struggle. Young then, observed in the bubble about it. Took advantage if a woman allowed it. One of the foulest, some would say I was childish, money driven. Mischievous, I perceived it is living. Gifts and ribbons. Any kiss on the lips was for business. Oh, yo. For an MC like AZ that has not really been in the spotlight all of these years. AZ has been around just as much as Nas has been around, okay? And even though he's never rose, I think he just doesn't want to rise to that superstardom level. His wordplay on his songs is still top tier when it comes to MCs, man. So shout out to AZ, but I want to give y'all my favorite verse on this song. It's Foxy Brown's verse, yo. Shout out to Foxy. Foxy, we need an album from you. Foxy, if you're watching this, if anybody knows Foxy, we need an album from you. The rap game is missing hardcore female MCs that can put together rhymes, that has rap skills, that can spit bars, that has flow. I'm not saying there's none out there. I'm just saying we miss MCs like Foxy Brown. This is verse 4 off of Full Circle. This is the Foxy Brown verse. Foxy goes, yo. Il Nana top 5, Jigga dead or alive. Jigga or bitch, firm mafiosa shit. Ayo Esco, name a bitch, fucking with me. Did a bullet, came home, Brooklyn gave me the key. No cap though, facts though. Jigga, that's really rap though. Like really though, my Jigga, she really back though. Like really though, my Jigga, she really rap though. Woo! She really rap. She really raps. My bad, yo. My bad. I gotta bring that back from the top, yo. There's not a lot of females in the game right now that can spit verses like Foxy Brown, yo. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Let's bring it back from the top, yo. Full Circle, track 10, verse 4, Foxy Brown, Foxy goes. Il Nana, top 5. And hold up. If Foxy Brown drop an album right now, you think Foxy's top 5 right now, female MCs? Drop a comment in the comment section, man. Let's get back to it, yo. Foxy Brown. Il Nana, top 5, Jigga dead or alive. Jigga or bitch, firm mafiosa shit. Ayo Esco, name a bitch fucking with me. Did a bullet, came home, Brooklyn gave me the key. No cap though, facts though, Jigga, that's really rap though. Like really though, my Jigga, she really back though. Like really though, my Jigga, she really rap though. In my low ski low shit, Jigga, got my woe skis low kid, Jigga. Call my Degoshi loafers on my posters, firm not familiar. First lady, Jigga, Bonnie for real. Pussy power like Tasha, push Tommy to kill. Woo! Woo! Hoo-hoo-hoo! Yo, listen, man. Let's give you all that verse, man. Foxy Brown, verse 4. Full Circle. Let's go.
Nigga dead or alive, nigga or bitch, firm mafiosa shit. Ayo
Esco, she really rap though. Yo, listen, man. Again, man, drop a comment in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think if Nas was to put the firm together right now, if Nas was to announce 2021, the firm is back together as a group, drop in the comment section, do you think they would be successful in today's rap circle? All right. We're going to move into the final track we're going to talk about on this album. I think this is the best track on the album. But you guys tell me. This is track number 13. This track is called Spicy. I'm going to give you all the Nas verse first. Nas goes, yo. Bullshit. Your lordship. Jiggas talking yachts since I'm on shit. I used to run the block, now I'm corporate. Hopping out, you know it's sun when the doors lift. Woo! Yes. Woo! The Lambo doors go up. Woo-hoo. I gotta bring that back. Nas, verse 1. Bullshit. Your lordship. Jiggas talking yachts since I'm on shit. I used to run the block, now I'm corporate. Hopping out, you know it's sun when our doors lift. Whole squad hide the burners. Mets hat in the sky like Bobby Shmurda. If you don't know what that line means, I mean, most people should know what that line means. Bobby Shmurda is a rapper. Bobby Shmurda's illest meme is with Bobby Shmurda doing the Shmurda dance and throwing his Mets hat in the air, okay? Bobby Shmurda is locked up right now, but if you don't know what that verse means, Mets hat in the sky like Bobby Shmurda, that's where that line comes from. All right, let's get back to it. Mets hat in the sky like Bobby Shmurda. They watch me like the chip courtside at the Rutger. Flow only getting tougher. She begging me to cuff her. Brooklyn sweet chick waffles with raspberry butter. Woo! Listen, if you've never been to Brooklyn, if you've never been to Sweet Chick, do yourself a favor. Find you a Sweet Chick. Go to Nas's restaurant. Go to Sweet Chick. The chicken and waffles. I've had chicken and waffles in some other spots too. But the chicken and waffles in Sweet Chick, it's crazy. Let's move on, man. Verse 2, Spicy, Fabio Foreign. I think this probably is the best verse on the song, but you guys drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Verse 2, Fabio Foreign goes. He says, little advice, always act spice. Always get the liquor with the ice, not me. Hold up. How do y'all drink your liquor? You like it straight or you like it with ice? Drop it in the comments. Let me get back to it. Fabio Foreign, verse 2. Little advice, always add spice. Always get the liquor with the ice. I don't give a fuck if that's his wife. I could bag any chick in these all white Nikes. Yo, that is facts. That's facts, man. Listen. I don't know if some people understand the power of the Air Force Ones, yo. I don't know if everyone understands the power of some icy clean Air Force One straight out the box, yo. I'm going to bring that back. It might be some New York shit. Drop it in the comments. I'm going to bring that piece back. He says, I don't give a fuck if that's his wife. I could bag any bitch in these all white Nikes. That ain't right. If she tell me no, I'm getting tight. Look, every time you saw me, I was nice. Every time I saw you, you was light. Huh? Every bitch you... Every bit you with looked like a dyke. I mean, she might not even never be my type. She might never be my type. Look, that bitch is trash. I only fucked her for the hype. Woo! I only fucked her for the hype. Woo! Que lo que? Everybody's spicy. Yo, let's get the last piece of this. Let's go, man. Track number 13 off the album. This track is called Spicy, yo. Let's get it.
Some more shit. I used to run the block, now I'm corporate. Hopping out, you know it's sun when the doors lit.
Woo! Whole squad had the burner. Mets hat in the sky like Bobby Shmurda. That's it, man. That's it. King's Disease. Top 3 album of 2020, yo. Listen. Shout out to Hit Boy. Hit Boy did an amazing job with this album. I was questionable when the album first came out. When I first heard Hit Boy was producing the album, I apologize. I was very questionable about that. The album turned out well. All right. This album, it had just a tad bit too many features. There's some good features on there, okay? But The Firm was a nice feature. There was a feature with Big Sean, and the final track with Fabio and them was cool. Lil Durk is on there. Anderson .Paak is on there. It's okay. I just think that there was, for a Nas album, I just think there were a tad bit too many features on there. I love the Brucey B sound, the old school sound there. Shout out for bringing Brucey B for that track. That track was ill. Like I said, this is Nas on his grown man shit, man. This is not all that hardcore street music. This is Nas. This is grown man music, and I love it. The album has 13 tracks on it, but the album is only between 38 to 39 minutes long. Baffles the hell out of me. It's not even 40 minutes and there's 13 tracks on the album. So rap artists, I know y'all cutting down your songs. Y'all used to have 3 verses in your songs. Now some of y'all only got 2 verses in a song. I'm not feeling it. But again, short album. I would have liked the album to be a tad bit longer. Seeing 13 songs on there messed my mind up, but needed some more tracks out there. Standout tracks on the album: Spicy, 10 Pounds, Ultra Black, Blue Benz, and 27 Summers. Those are some of my favorite tracks on there. When Nas dropped Nasir, I think he took a step back when it comes to his albums, the quality of his albums. This album drop here, this was a move in the right direction. So this is our top 3 rap album of 2020, y'all. We gonna give y'all top 2 coming up right now. Let's go.
Last year was about branding, this one about expanding. Caught a flight to Cali, May 24, I landed.
It's your boy on Saw Tree, man. Top 3 rap albums of 2020. We back for the second round, yo. Listen, man, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, go on down, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, man. We bringing it on. We just gave you number 3 album, which was Nas Escobar, King's Disease. This is the number 2 rap album of 2020, yo. Burden of Proof. That boy Benny the Butcher is back with another one. Listen, man, if you haven't listened to this album yet, do yourself a favor. Go on in, take a listen to this album. If you already heard the album, drop an early comment. Let me know what you guys think about the album. But we're going to get right into the review of this album, man. This is the second best rap album of 2020. And Benny goes in, man. Yo, listen, bunch of tracks on there. I think it's 13 tracks on the album, 12 tracks on the album. We're going to jump right into it. We're going to jump into track number 1, Burden of Proof, which is the name of the album. First track, Benny goes in, y'all. Let me give you the first verse. Burden of Proof. He said, last year was about branding. This year is about expanding. Caught a flight to Cali, May 24, I landed. This rap shit is easy. Tell the truth, I can't stand it. If I ain't have these F's, I put a brick in transit. Ask about me. All I did was get advice from jiggers who selling white. Threw the money on the table before the plug set the price. I was eager. Ain't no tomorrows. I could be dead tonight. I was seasoned like patent leather, Jordan 12 mics. Woo! He said, I need a trunk full of cash. My foot stuck to the gas. That's $1 in the stash, doing $1.50. Yo, Benny starts off the album with nothing but flames and fire, yo. Shout out to Hit Boy on this first track. That production on this first track is crazy, man. Let's get into it, yo. Burden of Proof, track 1. Number 2 rap album of 2020, yo. Benny the Butcher, let's go.
Last year was about branding, this one about expanding. Caught a flight to Cali, May 24, I landed.
This rap shit is easy, yo. Listen, man. Griselda been heating shit up for a minute. All right. Like Benny said himself, it's like 3 to 5 years he's on this run. He's just getting started. If you listen to 2020, Griselda dropped a bunch of albums this year already. And coming off of Benny had a few good albums. He had some pretty solid albums. But this one, man, I think listening to this may be his best project, yo. We're going to get into the next song we're going to talk about. This is track number 3. Track number 3. This track is called Sly Green. And he has a verse on there. We're going to jump into verse 1. This is verse 1 off of the track number 3 called Sly Green. Benny goes, yo, I'm a Christian Dior shirt rocker, 2 Glock wearer. Only rapper that would have thrived in the Tupac era. Hold up. Benny, you my man. Benny, you that guy right now, man. You that guy right now, but you reaching with that bar, man. You reaching with that bar. Y'all hit the comment section, man. Y'all hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about that bar. Is Benny being real, or let me bring the bar back for y'all. Hit the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that bar. I'm a Christian Dior shirt rocker, 2 Glock wearer. Only rapper that would have thrived in the Tupac era. I'm talking 98 drug money, shoebox era. I proved my point once in every take. The proof got clearer. Y'all jiggers make threats. We pay killers and take bets. Fuck with us and end up bad like dope that can't stretch. 20-something years in and ain't make a mistake yet. If you ain't spending half a M, ain't no way to relate you. Woo! Let me slow that one down. My bad, yo. Let me slow that one down. He said 20-something years in and ain't made a mistake yet. If you ain't spending half an M, ain't no way to relate yet. Ooh. That's tough, yo. Let me give y'all another piece of this song right here. Yeah, we're gonna jump down in the track a little bit more. Benny the Butcher. Track number 3. Sly Green. Benny says, yo, I push weight like a body build. I let the bitch slide, her attitude fake, but her body real. Listen, that verse is real. Look around and say, let me bring that back. Benny the Butcher. Track number 3, Sly Green. I push weight like a body build. I let the bitch slide, her attitude fake, but her body real. I'm on point when my enemy's not. I shoot with nobody around me like a penalty shot. Woo-hoo! Woo! Woo! I shoot with nobody around me like a... Man. Let's keep going, y'all. Benny the Butcher. Track number 3, Sly Green. I'm going to bring it all the way back. I push weight like a body build. I let the bitch slide, her attitude fake, but her body real. I'm on point when my enemy's not. I shoot with nobody around me like a penalty shot. When Jigger's traps was warm-ups, mine was literally hot. The promoting I did, Pyrex should be giving me pots. Whoa! Woo! Let's go, man. This is track number 3. This track is called Sly Green, Benny the Butcher. Let's go.
Tupac era. I'm talking 98 drug money, shoebox era. I proved my point once and never take the proof.
Benny mixes slick talk and street movements perfectly in this album, man. When you listen to this whole body of work on this album and listen to his sly talk with all of his street endeavors, like it meshes well. The way he spits his verses, his flow, he's almost perfected his flow. He has a great flow and knows how to say his words, know how to put his words together. But this right here, man, that track Sly Green was fire, man. Let's move on, yo. We're going to move on to track number 4, which is called One Way Flight. Y'all love this track, man. This track seems very, very, very personal, all right? Let me give y'all a verse off of this track right here. Benny goes, yo, What's a stage with no mic and no voice of a poet? What's more important, the flower or the soil that grow it? That's a nice verse. When I first heard that made me think, yo. When I first heard this piece of verse right here, I'm gonna bring that back for y'all. That really had me thinking, yo. What's a stage with no mic and no voice of a poet? What's more important, the flower or the soil that grow it? Yeah, it's cool, but one rule, don't get caught in the moment, or it's back to swinging ratchets and warming up water. Like, it just feels like, you know how sometimes you listen to some tracks and you can tell like it's a lot of exaggeration in the music. Rap has a lot of exaggeration. Let's be real. Hip hop has a lot of exaggeration. But when you listen to this song, One Way Flight, and then the production on this has a nice, oh man. Let me give it to y'all, man. This is track number 4. This track is called One Way Flight, yo. Let's go.
This for hustlers with straight cash, not bitches with fake bags. For hoes who fall in love with trappers and break bags.
Ooh, she fucking me, but she fake mad. Man, listen. We're going to move into the next track. We're going to talk about another one. Oh, this track right here is a straight banger, man. This track is called Famous, and this is track number 5, yo. And again, shout out to Hit Boy, man. Like I said in the last review, I really, really slept on Hit Boy. Like I said, he was not on my radar as a big producer. I've listened to some of his stuff. He got some pretty good production out there. Then when he did the Nas production, I was happy with the Nas production, but I still felt like it was something missing from the Nas album. He delivered it on this album right here, man. So shout out to Hit Boy on that. We're going to jump into this track number 5. This track is called Famous. I'm going to give you all one of the verses off of this right here. Track number 5, Famous. He says, I choose money over fame, how I end up with them both. And that's real. Listen, in the world of hip hop today, we always talk about, well, not today, forever. We always talk about artists selling their souls, artists signing deals where they sign away their lives. Artists don't have their publishing. Artists don't have their it's just that piece of that line right there just sums all of that up, man. Let me bring that back, yo. He says, yo, I choose money over fame, how I end up with them both. I'm just a dealer to the judge and a sinner to the pope. At least could take 200 grams out, depending on the dope. I remember doing stick-ups for less than $100. Now we don't get dressed for less than 100,000. I love that line, yo. Woo! I remember doing stick-ups for less than $100. Now we don't get dressed for less than 100,000. And I never think I make it out the hood, and I still don't feel it though, but I still don't feel famous. Whew. Let me give you the next piece of this verse, yo. Let me give you the next piece of this verse. Benny, Famous. So, you know what, man? Let's jump into it, man. This is track number 5. This is called Famous, yo. Let's go.
Famous. 3 rollies, 2 cribs, 6 figures, and I still don't feel famous.
What he said, 3 rollies, 2 cribs, 6 figures, and I still don't feel famous. How you got 3 rollies, 2 cribs, 6 figures, and you still don't feel famous? The vivid stories that Benny paints in this album, on these tracks, you can just feel what he's talking about. Excuse me. This album, honestly, this album feels like it's a throwback album. When you listen to the tracks on there, you listen to how the production is put together, how he put together the tracks like a story. This feels like a throwback album. This feels like something we were getting back in the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s. So shout out to Benny on his storytelling. This album makes you really feel the words that he's saying on this album, man. Next track on the album I want to talk about is track number 7. And track number 7 has a really nice laid-back production on this. And I want to shout out Benny, man, for not overdoing it with the features on there. So far in the album, there was only a couple features on there. So far in the album, it was only the Rick Ross was on track number 2, and then you had Freddie Gibbs was on track number 4. So there's a few features on there, but he didn't go overboard with the features. And so far to the album, the features feel like they really do belong on the album. All right, so we're gonna move into the final track we're gonna talk about on this album. This track is number 12. This is the final track on the album. This track is called Legend, man. And I'm really conflicted on if this is my favorite song off of the album, but I'm going to give you just a few verses off of this. Track number 12. This track is called Legend. So Benny goes, yo. And I don't want nothing for free. They ain't know me then, but they check it now. The best player getting drafted in the 7th round. I learned rules from the streets and wrote them lessons down. I knew 150,000 weigh like 7 pounds. Woo. That wordplay is crazy. Let me bring that back. And I don't want nothing for free. They ain't know me then, but they checking now. The best player getting drafted in the 7th round. I learned rules from the streets and wrote them lessons down. I know 155,000 weigh like 7 pounds. Says that's going to be a legend soon. Shit, I'm a legend now. Verse 2. He goes, yo, 50,000 in the drawer at the W with some bitches. And every time I score, it's a W for the villains. Woo-hoo. If you don't know what the W is, the W is a hotel. There's a few locations. There's one here in New York City. There's one here in downtown Manhattan, close to Chambers Street. There's a W hotel there. I know there's one in LA. I believe there's one in LA also. But the W Hotel is a very upscale hotel. I think that's the first hotel I've walked into a unisex bathroom. It's crazy. But anyway, that's a story for another day. But the W is a W Hotel. Let me bring that back. He says, yo, this is verse 2. Legend. Yo, 50,000 in the drawer at the W with some bitches. And every time I score, it's a W for the villains. I'm somewhere in the hood, elbow rubbing with all the dealers, saying because of you, we ain't been this comfortable in a minute. I beat a lot of charges. This money, you got a pardon. I'm a boss, so my hoes too bougie for Olive Garden. You know you making money, man. You know you making money when they don't want to go Olive Garden no more. You know what I'm saying? When they don't want to go Red Lobster no more. Now they want to go Ruth Chris, TJ Clark's. They want to go to Carmine's. Let me bring that back, yo. Sorry, ladies, I'm just playing with y'all. Let me bring that back. He says, I beat a lot of charges. This money, you got a pardon. I'm a boss, so my hoes too bougie for Olive Garden. Rap chicks round jiggers. He said, rap circles round jiggers. That's my department. Put a block in the trunk soon as I got tired of talking. Money don't make you solid. It make you 10 times more of the person you are before you got it. Dude, that line is so real, yo. Let me give you just that piece of that verse one more time. Let me just give you that piece of that verse one more time. He says, yo, money don't make you solid. It just makes you 10 times more of the person you are before you got it. Benny the Butcher, man. Benny the Butcher, man. This is exactly what the rap game needed, y'all. This is what the rap game needed. None of that radio play stuff. None of that stuff to have you out there dancing and say that, like they said, like the Lock said back in the days, none of that shiny shoot shit, man. Like, listen, this is what the game needed. This album here, Benny had some amazing bars on this album, yo. Go listen to the album, run through the album. The bars on this album is amazing. And again, I want to give the apologies to Hit Boy. He did a great job with the Nas album, but he did an even more amazing job with this album. And he's been producing other albums throughout the year also. So producer of the year, he deserves it. So shout out to Hit Boy on the production on this album. The album shows that you don't need to compromise. This Burden of Proof album from Benny, it shows that you don't have to follow the script that the industry wants you to follow. You don't have to put yourself in that box to sell, to make good music, to get recognized by your peers, to get recognized by the industry, recognized by the fans. These guys are doing it their way. When I say these guys, I mean Griselda. So, but this album shows that you don't have to follow that script and do what the industry is doing. This is not a commercial album. All right, you don't need the Drake verse. All right, to sell. You know, you don't need a catchy hook. You don't need all the gimmicks. Shout out to Benny Busher for that, man. Before this album, my favorite Benny album was The Plugs I Met. But this one right here, this just doubles and triples up on The Plugs I Met, man. This one is a much more complete album. The album length, I have a huge problem with these albums, man. Like, what's going on, yo? You know what? Everyone watching this video, I need y'all to drop a comment in the comment section, man. This album has, like I said, was it 12 tracks? This album has 12 tracks, and the album is only 38 minutes long. How do you have an album with 12 tracks with only 38 minutes? Hit the comments, y'all. What am I missing? Are artists moving to two verses songs as opposed to 3 verses songs that we used to do back in the days? Why are artists dropping these albums so short, 40 minutes, less than 40 minutes? There's been a bunch of albums I've seen for this year that has done that. So hit the comment section, man. Y'all put me on. Let me know what's going on with the industry. I'm not feeling these short albums, man. But like I said, great album. Benny is just getting started, man. This is maybe his 3 to 5 year run right now. And as far as I see, he's just going up and up and up. And shout out to the features. Like I said earlier, the features were on point. The joint with Big Sean and Lil Wayne, that joint was fire. Rick Ross is on there. Good Rick Ross verse. I'd rather the Port of Miami Rick Ross, the more fiery Rick Ross. The layback Rick Ross, yeah, I'll take it. It's all good. That's a good verse. And it's important to know that he didn't do a J verse. I think, if he did it, I would understand. But them being on Rock Nation, and a lot of people comparing his albums to Reasonable Doubt, you know, to not have a Jay-Z verse on this album, I think is a huge plus for Benny. All right, so shout out for him for not doing that. But that's it, man. Number 2 rap album of 2020, man. We're going to move into the number 1 rap album of 2020. But before we do that, we're going to give y'all some quick hits. These are a few albums that just didn't quite make it, man. 2020, best of 2020. Let's go.
What you coming, nigga?
Up from the 36 chambers.
Man, we're going to move into the number 1 rap album of 2020. But before we do that, we're going to give y'all some quick hits. These are a few albums that just didn't quite make it, man. 2020, best of 2020. Let's go.
Look, bitch is my city. You get smacked silly. Voted with yours, Kimmy. Back to shut shit down.
Look, play my position in the kitchen. I'm working. Whipping bag of half and 50s. Hit the street.
Yeah, I'm from the home of the ghosts, water plugs and wokeness, water bugs and roaches, drugs and
critical, ain't no time left on the clock. When it's your time, give them something to watch. I picked out the locks till I buy.
Stepping out the Benz with the Sherlin that Bean had. Before you test me, you ought to think of your brain pan.
All you scared to death Negro.
Just sit down. Don't you come out and defend our enemies. You sit down and you shut up and tell your master to come on out and deal with this. Yo, man. Top 3 rap albums of 2020. We reached the #1 album of 2020. It is none other than Jay Electronica with A Written Testimony. Yo, it's your boy Onslaught Tree. This is the end of it. Top 3 rap albums 2020. Written Testimony. Let's get into it, man. We're going to jump right into track number 2, Ghosts of Soulja Slim. Your boy Hove opens it up with the surprise entrance, yo. Hove goes, next time they bring up the guards, you're going to respect us. That little vest ain't going to do you. I shoot from neck up. I ain't even trying to hold you, Magnolia Slim. I'm a soldier from that mode. I'm the ghost of him. Shout out Soulja Slim. Rest in peace, Soulja Slim, man. Shout out Soulja Slim on that. We got to bring that back just for that, yo. Jay, verse 1, Ghost of Soulja Slim. Next time they bring up the guards, you gonna respect us. That little vest ain't gonna do you. I shoot from neck up. I ain't even trying to hold you, Magnolia Slim. I'm a soldier from that mode. I'm the ghost of him. From the era of police stretchers, no cameras catch it. Drop you off in the rival hood, you rather be arrested. From the era of police stretchers, no cameras catch it. So he's referencing back then when there was all this police brutality and there were no cameras to catch any of that stuff. You can imagine the kind of stuff that was going on, yo. Drop you off in the rival hood. You drop you off in your rival's hood, nah, you rather be arrested. Bring that piece back. He said, I ain't even trying to hold you, Magnolia Slim. I'm a soldier from that mode. I'm the ghost of him. From the era of police stretchers, no cameras catch it. Drop you off in a rival hood, you rather be arrested. If you don't have no straps, you couldn't wear your necklace. Jigger's hands around your throat, that's a choker reference. And I might be reaching here, but allegedly that verse is targeted towards Choke No Joke. We all know Choke No Joke, the legendary director that directed for The Rock early in The Rock days, when he had that story, when he had the footage and he didn't want to give the footage up, and somebody from The Rock yoked him up and took the footage. Allegedly. Let's bring that back. If you don't have no straps, you couldn't wear your necklace. Jigger's hand around your throat, that's a choker reference. My ancestors took old food, made soul food. That's facts too. They used to take the scraps that the masters used to give them and they turned that into soul food. So we're going to bring that piece back too. Jigger's hand around your choke, that's a choker reference. My ancestors took old food, made soul food. Jim Crow's a troll too. He stole the soul music. That's the blood that goes through me. So you assuming I could never sell my soul. They sold their soul to me. Ooh. Jay's addressing the whole NFL. He sold his soul. Nah, they sold their soul. Woo. We're going to jump into verse 2. Verse 2, Jay Electronica makes his entrance into his album, yo. Verse 2, Ghost of Soulja Slim. Let's go. Jay Electronica. If it come from me and Hove, consider it Quran. If it come from any of those, consider it haram. The minaret that Jigger built me on the dome of the rock was crafted so beautifully, consider this Hadan. From a hard place and a rock to the rock nation of Islam. I emerged on the wave that title made to drop bombs. I came to bang with the scholars, and I bet you a Rothschild I get a bang for my dollar. The synagogue of Satan want me to hang by my collar, but all praise is due to Allah. Woo! He said, I put on for my nation like I'm King T'Challa. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. What an opening, man. What an opening track. Track number 2, Ghost of Soldier Slim. Jay Electronica and Jay-Z. Surprise entrance by Jay-Z on the album. When I first heard that song, I was like, okay, Jay got a track on the album. Nah, there's more. And they went in on that track, man. Those are elite bars. Barz is back. Let's jump right into it, man. This is Ghost of Soldier Slim. Let's go.
I came to bang with the scholars, and I bet you a Rothschild I get a bang for my dollar. The synagogue is saying,
want me to hang by my collar. Let's jump into track number 3, yo. Track number 3 is called The Blinding. Woo! And the production on this track right here, man, listen. Woo! And again, this track is called Blinding. And Jay Electronica and Jay, they go back and forth on this track, sort of like what Jay and Biggie did on that track, or like Jay and Beans, or Jay and Bleak, or even like Jadakiss and Styles P. So this track is called The Blinding. This is track number 3. Let's get into the first verse, yo. This is Jay Electronica, verse 1. He says, once upon a time there was a liquor youth, the cub of a lion, a stowaway captain, a long way home from Zion. The dove Prince sang about in purple rain crying. To the midget you heard tale of on the shoulders of the giant. And then Jay comes in. Jay jumps in. Listen, I named my son Sir, so you gotta call my son Sir. That boy already knighted. He ain't even out his rumper. You speaking on the kingdom? You better watch your tongue, sir. I send you where you never been. You forgot where I'm from, sir. That gossip I send bald heads, Lou Gossett out the gun, sir. I'm brazy, I'm so brazen, I'm raising in the sun, sir. Woo! Barz! Woo-hoo-hoo! And if you don't get that reference, where he says, bald head gossip, Lou Gossett, gun, sir. I'm brazy, I'm so brazen, I'm raising in the sun, sir. Lou Gossett is an American actor, and Lou Gossett starred in a movie called Raising in the Sun back in the day. So, Barz, man. Let's move on to the second verse. Second verse, the beat switches up, and they come back in again. Verse 2. Jay starts off this verse. The gift that keeps giving like babushka. Kush crushed up in the studio, rolling Kate Bush up. Extra, extra is Mr. Headline, who signed every contract and missed the deadlines. Ooh. At this time, Jay Electronica is just playing with us. Now he just poking us, man, because everybody knows Jay Electronica been signed to Rock Nation or signed to Jay-Z or whoever forever. And he's never released the album. All these years, Jay Electronica been out there dropping little 1-2 signals here and there. So let me bring that piece back. Jay starts it off. Jay Electronica comes in. Bring it back. The gift that keeps giving like babushka. Kush crushed up in the studio, rolling Kate Bush up. Extra, extra is Mr. Headlines, who signed every contract and missed the deadlines. 40 days, 40 nights, trying to live up to the hype. It's the road less traveled. It's the one who missed the flights. Hove hit me up like, what, you scared of heights? Know your sister tired of working, gotta do her something nice. I'm like, don't you know I stay up felling late nights? She need bread, she need rice, she needs thread, she needs ice. Either tell it like my bank account or say it to the dice. When I lay down in my bed, it's like my head is to the vice. Woo! Barz, yo, ooh, man. Ooh, we'll bring that back. He said 40 days, 40 nights, trying to live up to the hype. It's the road less traveled. It's the one who missed the flights. Hove hit me up like, what, you scared of heights? Know your sister tired of working, gotta do her something nice. It's like, don't he know I stay up for fouling late nights? She need bread. She need rice. She need thread. She need ice. Either tell it to my bank account or say it to the dice. Man. Whoo. He closes it out. Jay Electronica closes that verse out. He says, when I look inside the mirror, all I see is flaws. When I look inside the mirror, all I see is Mars. In the wee hours of the night, trying to squeeze out bars, just so y'all can pick me apart. Woo! And that's facts, man. That's facts, yo. You look in the mirror, you see flaws, man. When you look in the mirror, you see yourself. You see you're good, you see your flaws. There's rappers out there putting in work up all night writing rhymes to put it out there for the public. And all we do is pick it apart, man. That's a real line, man. That bar is hard, man. Track number 3. This one is called The Blinding, y'all.
Extra, extra. It's Mr. Headlines who signed every contract and missed the deadlines.
Yo, man, listen, man. I love the way Jay Electronica and Jay-Z went back and forth on that track. Like I said, that just gave me memories, brought back memories of Biggie and Jay-Z, Jadakiss and Styles, and then even Jay and Beans, man. That was an amazing track, The Blinding. We're going to move into one of my favorite tracks. Oh, my God. Listen. This is track number 6. This track is called Universal Soldier. And Jay Electronica's first verse. Jay Electronica goes, the son of slaves, true, I started out as a peasant. That's why I build my temple like Solomon in the desert. The Lord is my rock, I speed dial through Salat. My trails in the fiery cubicle make me hot. I glow like embers of coal, born with a torch of gold. My mathematical theology of rhyming touched the soul. I spent my many nights bent off Woodford, clutching the bowl, stuffing my nose. Some of the cons I stuffed for prose. My poetry's living like the God I fell back on. And all praise is due to Allah for such an illustrious platform. The teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is my backbone. When I spit, the children of the Mother Lord blow on the bat form. Woo! Yo, 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 yo. We're going to bring the whole thing back, and we're gonna slow it down. We're going to bring the whole thing back. Universal Soldier, track number 6. The son of slaves, true, I started out as a peasant. That's why I built my temple like Solomon in the desert. Biblical reference. The Lord is my rock, I speed dial through Salat. My traits is the fiery cubicle made me hot. I glow like embers of coal, born with a touch of gold. My mathematical theology of rhyming touched the soul. I spent my nights bent off Woodford, clutching the bowl, stuffing my nose. Some of the cons I suffered for prose. My poetry's living like the God that I fell back on. And all praise is due to Allah for such an illustrious platform. The teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is my backbone. When I spit, the children of the motherland bow on the platform. Man, listen, man. Barz is back, yo. Come on, man. Come on, man. Verse 2. Verse 2, Jay-Z. And I can't be mad at Jay being on this album. At first, I was like, oh, he's on the first song. Okay, all right. Oh, Jay's on the second song. And then he's Universal Soldier, verse 2, Jay-Z. Back when Emory Jones was catching the Fed charge, I knew less about Chesmar, all about Pablo Escobar. thinking I was the last one Allah would lay his blessings on. I was trying not to end up like Tony in the restaurant. Ooh. We gotta speak about this, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm reaching. Tell me if I'm way off on this one. I may be wrong about what he's talking about when he said I was trying not to end up like Tony in the restaurant. I think he's talking about the ending of the movie Sopranos. If you watch the ending of the movie Sopranos, Tony goes into the restaurant. He's sitting down in the restaurant by the bathroom and he's watching everybody come into the restaurant. Some people come in, a man comes in and sits on the chair. His son comes in, his wife comes in, and he's watching everybody that comes in. And then his daughter parks the car. Meadow parks the car. Meadows walk into the restaurant. The guy gets up from the chair that was sitting on the stool next to the counter, and he goes into the bathroom. And as soon as Meadow opens the door, the screen goes black. All right. So Jay says, I was trying not to end up like Tony in the restaurant. If you ever watched Godfather has a similar scene where the gentleman is sitting in the restaurant and the guy comes out the bathroom and pops him. And if you watch Sopranos, you will know that that Godfather scene with that guy getting killed from the guy coming from the bathroom, that's Tony Soprano's favorite scene. So this track right here is one of my favorite tracks because those bars, they went in, man. Track number 6, Universal Soldier. Let's get it.
Back when Emery Jones was catching the Fed charge, I knew less about Chesimov, all about Pablo Escobar.
Barz is back, man. We're gonna jump right into the next track. This one is called Fruits of the Spirit, and there's a verse on here. There's a verse on here from Jay Electronica. So Jay Electronica goes, yo, like Vince Staples said, we just waded in the water. My people out in Flint still bathing in the slaughter. I really do like how Jay and Jay Electronica input things that's going on now in the country, things that's going on now in the world. They get slightly political in there. There's some religious terms in there. There's some biblical references in the album. The bars are amazing, but there's things they touch on this album that just reminds you about, look, these things are still going on here in the world. So let me just bring that piece back right here. Again, this is a piece of the verse. This is Jay Electronica. Jay Electronica goes, yo, our Heavenly Father, like Vince Staples said, we just wading in the water. My people out in Flint still bathing in the slaughter. Ice out here ripping families apart at the border. Satan struck Palestine with yet another mortar. Lies from the reporters. Ass shots and stripper poles for the eyes of my daughter. He said lies from the reporter. Ass shots and stripper poles for the eyes of my daughter. And that's going on. That's going on right now in the world, man. The minute you turn your TV on, the minute you turn on the internet, the things that they're doing to our kids now, we really got to step up as parents and parent our children. But let's review the album, man. That song was called Fruits of Our Spirit. This is track number 10 on the album. This song right here, I screenshot him, so I got him. I don't want this thing to... I got numbers on my phone that will never ring again. Man. I got numbers in my phone that'll never ring again, 'cause a lot of them called them home, so we'll never sing again. I got texts in my phone that'll never ping again. I screenshot him, so I got him. I don't want this thing to end. I got numbers in my phone that'll never ring again, 'cause a lot of them call them home, so we'll never sing again. I got texts in my phone that'll never ping again. I screenshot him, so I got him. I don't want this thing to end. The production on this, when you hear this track and you listen to the production on this track, it just marriages beautifully with the track, man. And Jay Electronica comes in with his verse. Jay Electronica goes, yo, eyes fiery, cry tears to my diary. Sometimes a Zanny bar can't help you fight back the anxiety. I go to my Lord quietly, teardrops on my faces. Teardrops on my face, just like teardrops become waterfalls by the time they reach my laces. Let me bring that back, yo. Track number 10, a written testimony, Jay Electronica. Eyes fiery, cry tears to my diary. Sometimes a Zanny bar can help you fight back the anxiety. I go to my Lord quietly, teardrops on our faces. Teardrops on my face is just like teardrops become waterfalls by the time they reach my laces. My eyelids is my levee, but my tear ducts is like glaciers. As I contemplate creation, the salt that heals my wounds pour out my eyes just like libations. I can't stop my mind from racing. I got numbers in my phone, pictures in my phone. The day my daddy died, I scrolled his texts all day long. The physical returns, but the connection still stays strong. Listen, hip-hop, music production, there's something special about hip-hop music, something special about putting words together, putting beats together, and the two marriage. And one thing about this track, it always makes me think of my lost ones. And we all have lost ones. We all have people that passed on, whether it's friends or family members. So whenever I hear this track, it always reminds me of all the loved ones that's passed on in my circle. So shout out to Jay Electronica for this album. Shout out for Jay for getting on the album. Was the wait worth it for written testimony all these years? Yeah, man. The wait was worth it, y'all. The wait was worth it. We got an amazing body of work from Jay Electronica. Did he use the cheat code by putting Hov on the album? Yeah. Would it have sounded different without Jay on the album? Yes. But I like it. I like it. I love it. I love what they did. They didn't do the regular thing that everybody was expecting. Jay Electronica drop an album. They surprised everybody with Jay Electronica and Jay being on the album. And they fed off each other perfectly. The bars on this album is unmatched in 2020, y'all. We just went through Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher is killing it right now. That was the number 2 album. Nas, King's Disease was the number 3 album. The bars on this album right here outweighs those two. Like I said, man, Barz is back. The production on this album, there's a track on this album that was, what was it? The track that had Alchemist, No ID, Swizz. No, it was Arab Music, Hit Boy. It was like 4 producers on one track. I think it was the second or third track on the album. The production on this album was amazing. We got Arab Music, we got Hit Boy, we got Swizz Beatz, we got Alchemist on this album, yo. So shout out to the production, and Jay Electronica did production on the album too. So The sound of the album, I love the sound of the album. Album length. This has been my Achilles heel in 2020, man. Like what is going on, man? 10 tracks. We needed more tracks. And the first track is kind of an intro, so it's 9 tracks, a la Illmatic. So it's actually 9 tracks. This album is 39 minutes and some change. It's right under 40 minutes. This album is almost 40 minutes long. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. What y'all doing with these album lengths, man? Give us an hour. Give us some more content. But other than that, that's about only the bad thing I can say about this album. This is the #1 album for 2020, a written testimony, J Electronica. Yo, it's your boy Onslaught 3. Thanks for viewing. Drop in the comments. Let me know what your top 3 albums for 2020 was, yo. We up out of here. Peace.